Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jay, and I wanted to share my thoughts with y'all about the Polestar 1 that I saw at the Washington Auto Show last month. So the first thing, so unfortunately I was not able to sit in the car, but I was able to get a few photos and videos of it. But the one thing that I did like the styling. I thought it was very sporty, and I thought it would definitely turn heads because of how sporty it was, even though it is a hybrid car. I mean, I'm not a fan of hybrids or electric vehicles in general, but I feel like if you are a hybrid fan or if you are a fan of electric cars, I think this would be right up your alley. And then also because I was playing a video game called, I believe it was Need for Speed, and they actually had this car in here. And I did not know what this car was and everything. And come to find out that Volvo produced this vehicle. So I was even more intrigued. So that's why it caught my eye. And because I am not a big fan of electric vehicles, I really don't care for them because I'm gas all the way. But I will say I will give credit for them for actually having a plug-in hybrid that can give you 26 miles per gallon, it being a gas-powered car, and also they estimated about 58 miles per gallon while it was operating as a hybrid. So I felt that was pretty impressive. And okay, let's talk about what I disliked. So, well, the one thing I disliked, this has nothing to do with the car or anything, it's just the auto show itself, but I was not able to sit in the car, so I wasn't able to give you all a full review of how the seats felt, how comfortable I would feel in the car as well. And me being 6'4", legroom is a big deal for me, so if my knees are touching the steering wheel, or if I can't adjust my seat a certain way, then that's just a 0 out of 10 already. So but it did look decent. It did look like it had decent leg room for it being a two-seater and everything. But you can never be too sure with these types of things because looks can be deceiving. Last thing I had was, I mean, I understand that they were limited edition, but I really didn't understand. At least for me, I didn't understand the price point of it being 140,000 because I feel like there are a lot other electric and hybrid vehicles that you can get for way cheaper than $140,000, unless they're trying to compete with the Lucid Air or the high trim Teslas and everything. But other than that, I didn't really see the price point being $140,000 as a feasible thing for the average consumer. Clearly, it's not for the average consumer, but you know what I mean. And upon doing my own research myself, I saw a few examples of the Polestar 1 being sold, specifically the 2021 versions for, I believe around, it was the low 100,000s, but just from that 3-year time gap, this is 2024 now, it's a pretty big drop from 140, $150,000 all the way to the low 100,000s, and it doesn't even have 30,000 miles on it. I think some of them were about 5,000 miles, and I thought that was insane how it can just go down in value that quick. So the last thing, I mean, it's unfortunate that they discontinued this car because it was definitely a head turner, and I definitely think it was a great car styling wise, and it had that sporty look as I mentioned before, but it just wasn't for me. It just wouldn't be for me personally, but it would be for someone who wants that mixture of sport and also having the mileage and the range as well in terms of miles per gallon. So if I believe that's the best of both worlds. But stay tuned for my next review regarding the Polestar 2 because that is the full 100% electric car from Polestar and Volvo. So Jay out. Peace.